and I'd be like, I'm not doing this all the time.
Drinking energy like that, energy drinks like that is
I would only drink
guaranteed to cause heart problems.
Yeah. Well, that's what my dad was saying, is that he said that his doctor, the cardiologist doctors or whatever, did his heart rate, that they've been
We had a patient on the unit recently that had a heart attack and she was like 30 something. Like, how?
Energy drinks are shit for you.
Yeah.
They're really bad for you, honestly.
And Candace at work, she only drinks like one. Like, I think it's more the people that drink them like back to back to back.
Yeah.
But like but like she drinks one most shifts at work, and I'm just like, Candace, I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to. I'm like, you know that stuff is literally killing you.
Well, like, I would only drink them if I had to be like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while is okay, but everything is okay in moderation.
Even then, I would like feel like shit. My problem is if I drink a whole lot of caffeine and have that issues.
Yeah.
More so than I already do.
Enemy turret's not gonna bother us anymore.
Well, caffeine will do that to you.
Yeah. Energy drinks have a shit ton of caffeine in them, so.
And also probably a lot of sugar too, depending on which one.
I mean, you know, I really don't drink I mean, I may have like the Dr. Pepper's with cream soda. I don't know what their caffeine level is compared to like other sodas, but like, you know, I've complained that when I drink a lot of Coke, I get chest pain. So, like, I really have cut out a lot of soda. The Dr. Pepper's with cream soda don't seem to bother me as bad, so I think they must have a lower caffeine content.
I'm sure they're on there.
Ella's just playing.
Oh, I'm just listening, cause like with me and energy drinks, like I think the most like caffeine I drank was when I was trying to get that when I was doing the like doing the ham, and I think that's probably why my like part of the reason why my like blood pressure like went up has not gone down, because like plus the fact that I was working such a job with so many long hours, so I was drinking so much caffeine. So I'm still drinking a lot of caffeine. That's why I'm trying to cut back. So.
I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, I typically like just never drink them. I just stick with coffee and water typically.
Yeah, that's especially at Chick-fil-A, like, because I'm looking to get it.
Yeah, like.
I wouldn't be getting any food. I wouldn't be getting any water. So all those mornings I'd be there so early, and I'd be having energy drinks. I wouldn't have any food or any water in there. So I would legit have like a panic attack in the middle of the day.
Yeah, that place was
I'd have to walk away. I'd have to walk away because I'd almost pass out on my position. The back, yeah.
That kind of sounds
that was a very toxic environment. Like, for you not to get breaks.
Yeah, the second chick I worked at was kind of the same. We didn't really get breaks unless you like did a double shift.
And that's like illegal on a lot of levels.
I could get
You gotta get rid of the turret.
But I told people, I said, it's not worth the time and energy anymore. Because there's a lot of blatant sexism going on in that store.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like that's actually like the first like bad Chick-fil-A I've heard of.
All systems
Yeah, like
operational.
the thing is
Ready
with
for
Chick-fil-A's is like it depends on the owner because
We got this made in the shade. And now
they have to go through like you can't just open a Chick-fil-A.
Never forget your owner being friends with the guy who said he wanted to touch your boob, see your boob.
Oh yeah.
And
What?
so he wouldn't fire him.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about that, Ella?
No, I did not.
So there was a team member who got promoted after he made these comments about me, and I was his team leader at the time. That he wanted to told another team member that he wanted to be my friend. And when that team member, still my friend by the way, went to upper management to tell him I was like, wildly uncomfortable by those comments that he made because that's not only my team member, but that's the reason they didn't do anything about it. Not a goddamn thing. He got fucking promoted. So that's like 80% of the reason why I left. And I said I'm never working. And that's why I could get them into some wild legal trouble. But I have no time or energy for all that shit.
I wish you had, because that Chick-fil-A, he deserves to lose that Chick-fil-A. Like, there was...
Yeah, that just sounds like...
That team leader is just a team member plus team leader is just and like, the reason why he even got promoted to begin with is because he was like friends with the operator there. He was shit at his job, and he should have gotten fired. Actually, like, got fired, but all he got was
Your favorite.
After, and I didn't care. Like, I fucking care. I left because Bandit was shit.
enemy turret's not gonna bother us anymore.
I was having breakdowns every day on my way to work, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink without getting in trouble. And working 10 hours a day.
Yeah, that's illegal on so many levels.
So I could get 2 Chick-fil-A's in trouble.
You can take them both down.
I
Is this
could
the
take them both down.
Is that the Chick-fil-A that's in front of the Target when you get off the exit?
No,
in McDonald's?
no. That one has a whole other slew of problems that used
Oh.
to happen.
She didn't work at that one because we knew a lot of people that worked at that one, so she purposely didn't go to that one.
Oh, okay.
So about 10 years, this is about 10 years ago, so I don't even know who owns that store or who's the general manager in that store or anything. But the girls who worked up front, he
Go,
would legit
Kaylee.
send home.
Oh.
He would legit send them home to go put makeup
this
on
part.
because he wouldn't let them work. He wouldn't let them clock in without makeup on.
What?
I went in there and just started swinging. Nice.
And he legit did that to one of my friends at the time.
Thank you.
He
What?
made her go into her car and put makeup on before he let her clock into her shift.
What?
At like 17 years old.
What?
Yep. And then, I don't remember if it was that Chick-fil-A or the other Chick-fil-A that put the paper hats on their heads and pretended they were the KKK when all the Black Lives Matter shit was happening.
Oh.
Yeah, I was told that by a former, like, the Chick-fil-A team member who works at Target now, because he heard it through the Chick-fil-A grapevine that happened, because they both got fired.
Oh.
The people that did that, they got fired?
Because
Okay,
they
that's
took
good.
pictures of it while they were on their shift and posted it on social media.
Date. That's
Arriving
at least
point
Chick-fil-A
Gibraltar.
fired them because I was gonna be mad if they didn't.
I'm pretty sure they fired him.
Good.
Prepare to attack.
Yep.
What the
Select
heck?
your hero.
If anyone wants to
It's
requeue
like-
so we can be so we don't have to be tank support the whole time, just tell me.
I'm fine.
I'm pretty alright with tank tonight.
Okay.
But that's why you don't work at Chick-fil-A in Georgia.
Yeah.
Attack.
Yeah, I don't know about
Like-
the one in my town. I know this guy owns all
All
3
systems
in my
operational.
town.
Yeah.
Diva, ready for combat.
Like the one in the
Yeah,
mall.
I mean, I'm sure not all of them are
We
garbage,
got this made in
but
the shade.
It really depends on the owner-operator, but the only thing is that I noticed when I was
Hello?
working there that
well, didn't
like
when Alex?
people who were not white
One.
didn't advance past a certain point in the hierarchy. So like sometimes it seemed like they would promote people for representation's sake rather than anything else. But then would promote them past that. It was just all very like eyebrow raising.
Well, didn't you say like before Alex came out as gay that when he was in the upper management of Chick-fil-A, like that was one of the reasons he left?
Gay, yep.
I know it was before he came out, but
Yeah, it was before he came
Diva
out.
re-engaging.
he was very homophobic comment.
That's why he left.
Cause he was high, he was like, really high.
I can't remember if he was I can't remember if he was higher. I think he was higher than me.
I think so, cause he would go and help open new stores. He would do the training.
Josie did that too. She wasn't any higher than me.
Time to raise my
Oh.
DPS.
They wanted to promote her, but she was so done with bullshit. She didn't want the explanation.
Sorry.
That's fair.
Boosters engaged.
But when you get promoted to shift leader, you can go around and open other stores. I think Alex was higher.
Get through this.
By like a half level or whatever situations there are.
Routing powers forward shield.
Another one that's like near me that opened up like I think it was years in February.
Get
It
through
seems
this.
to be okay. But then again, I live like in basically
Chick-fil-A's really good at looking good from the outside.
Well, my thing is that, like I said, it largely depends on who owns it. Because, you know, I've heard of some,
Diva re-engaging.
Chick-fil-A's that have done some really great things for the community and everything. They're really
Let's
the ones I've personally worked for and the ones I've personally heard
My
from are
ultimate
very,
is almost ready.
That's like it.
Get through this.
plus
At least
another
Kizzy got one person.
Plus another store that's like near me. It's like basically near a bunch
At
of
least,
like
like-
houses and stuff. And
Like, I
stores.
feel like in Ohio, the person that owns it may be a little bit more liberal than like the South.
Okay, don't stop.
Possibly. I don't think I haven't even. I don't think I've
Technically,
met
so,
the
We
like-
both live in a red state. We are a blue state.
Yeah, we are blue. Well, we're blue now, finally.
Oh my god, it hit the thing. Darn it.
Time to raise my DPS.
Yeah, but the main reason Georgia's blue is because of the African American population.
Yeah, but
And you just said that Chick-fil-A doesn't, promote those
black
people. So,
okay, but the only black people they hired at my old Chick-fil-A is just up front. All of the people in the back were white, and the people who were black didn't stick around very long. It made me very uncomfortable.
Is that a bastion? It's a bastion. It's a.
It
It's
is. Oh no.
It
It's
is.
a.
Oh, my bad. There was one manager in the back that was black, but she's been working for that store for like 30 years.
I was trying to figure out where Bob was.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was either.
I can't believe Ray's been smuggling with me this whole time. Usually she doesn't have anything to do with me when I'm playing Overwatch.
Well,
That
I
Reaper
think
went
she knows it's
bastion.
time to relax. They have no reason to unless he just wanted to end the game this quickly.
That's basically it. That's the only reason I see.
I tried. Oh,
I'm doing my
I was like, oh,
Trying to stay alive because I have my ult. What do you think we're doing?
yeah, see why I was so single. And I said, I don't know, I just haven't found anybody unmarried yet. He was like, "Man, if I was unmarried at your age, I would have killed myself."
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's very unchristian to not be married at 20 years old. Didn't you know that? You gotta be married and making children.
Not to mention,
Because that's
about
God's
25,
will.
I was going through like a lot of sexuality problems anyway. Working there didn't help that.
Doesn't sound like it did at all.
They were. Yeah, I refuse to go to the Chick-fil-A that she worked at anymore.
Okay.
It's really funny because after I quit, like, almost everybody else I knew quit.
Alright. Y'all need to make sure to tell me so I don't walk in that Chick-fil-A ever.
It's the Chick-fil-A in Griffin off 16.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the one that has the Truett's and the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is the one I worked at. The Chick-fil-A / Old Dwarf House.
Okay. Noted.
Welcome to Oasis.
Yep.
0 out of 10, do not recommend.
You know, we haven't gotten Havana at all tonight.
We haven't.
Select your hero.
But yeah, there were rumors that the operator at that store purposely hired black people to work
I
at
think for the win.
to
Looks like I have time to
maintain a sense of diversity because everybody in the back was white as fuck.
I could say the same for you.
Except for one person.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
5, 4,
Interesting.
But like half of the counter girls, the French counter girls, they were black. It just makes you think a little bit.
Reinhardt's behind,
There he goes.
trying to bully him.
Very as a minority population, so it kind of makes you wonder.
Junkrat's behind. Junkrat's behind.
It's really weak.
Ash.
And there were some trashy white boys that lived there too, I mean.
Thank you.
Well, I never forget how the people, the team members underneath you that were boys were getting paid more than you.
Yeah, that is.
And your boss made comments about, like, why do you deserve a raise when you ever asked him about it?
Yeah. And then, yeah, the boys would get, raises every 6 months. But whenever I asked for a raise, like, once a year, they'd be like, why do you have a raise? I'm like, because I'm making $11 an hour working 40 hours a week. I
Hey,
mean,
you should be making more.
exactly.
Especially when your team members are making more.
Yeah, but I wasn't supposed to know how much that
Which is exact, but see, that's one thing I hate about the whole, well, you can't discuss what you're earning, because this is why, that's why, is because they don't want you to know that other people are getting paid better than you. They don't want you to ask, or question it, or they want to take advantage of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that's taken shake out. There's a lot of very interesting people. It really is.
Smiles definitely like stepped on you.
like, as bad as my parents got to me sometimes, like, it's better.
It's a Baptiste.
Got him.
I can get written up for not taking a lunch at Target.
Daddy-o.
And you work shorter shifts than you work at AAA.
Yeah.
Score.
If you don't take a meal by your 6th hour, you can get written up. Because the store gets fined a certain amount
All
of money
systems
if you don't
operational.
if
Diva,
there's,
ready for
like,
combat.
evidence that people didn't go to their meal.
See, the reason why people always say teenagers are supposed to work at fast food is because they can take advantage of teenagers and teenagers won't know better.
Yeah.
And I was desperate because I was, like, when I started working at Chick-fil-A, I was working at a frozen yogurt store making minimum wage, like 30 hours a week maybe. Like, this was after I graduated college. Because that was the only person who hired me because my friend at the
They have a
time
Torbjorn now.
there. But then another friend got me working for Chick-fil-A. Yeah, we already know how that all goes.
Yeah.
And then one of my old team members actually had a brother who worked at the current store I work at. They helped me get a job there because he wanted me to get out of Chick-fil-A so badly.
I'm glad you started working at Target. I know Target pisses you off. It is still not perfect, but I don't know that any job ever will
But
be.
I get fucking benefits, like, they gave me, like, the option to have benefits at Chick-fil-A. But, okay, so I was making $11 an hour. It would have taken over half of my paycheck just to cover my health insurance.
And I've always,
Yeah.
and like everyone always told me
Every
growing up,
paycheck,
work for Chick-fil-A.
It wouldn't be just once a month, it would be every paycheck would be over half my paycheck. And now I pay like $90 for health, dental, and eye insurance. And like some other bullshit. That I still but it was like $300-400 just for health insurance. Every paycheck.
Crazy. So I think I pay my insurance itself is like $60 a paycheck, and then it's like maybe like 65, and then it's like another 10 for vision, another 10 for dental.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of insurance, that reminds me, because I was just thinking in my head, because, I need a, well, whenever I do move, I need to find a
Oh,
place
he's
that
really
has
mad at me.
insurance.
He just solo ulted me!
Well, that offers it.
He is so mad at me.
Because, like, that's, like, a focus shot pisses me off. Like, the only reason why I'm, like,
Killed him again.
on trying to find somewhere else to go. Like, a lot of places is,
Enemy turret ahead.
very,
EMP activated.
weird on their guidelines on when you get insurance and, like, when you qualify for it.
Victory.
So, I don't really want to do without insurance in the middle of a pandemic, so
Yeah.
here I am.
Yeah, and I know I definitely need the insurance. I know what I have right now, it's like through the state, and it's pretty good, but the problem is I can't go to like my regular therapist, I have to go to whoever they provide. Same with my regular doctor, I have to go to a different one. And here's the other problem too, like let's say I decide to like move out of state
Dang.
next month.
Smiles. I was so close. 5% away.
Oh, you were so close. Yeah, like if I wanted to like let's say move out like next month, I could do that, but then I lose all of my insurance stuff.
Yeah. Insurance is fucked up. I'll be right back. I have to pee.
It
Okay.
really is.
I
Oh.
hate healthcare, even though I work in healthcare. But that's why I know it's messed up.
Oh, and I also need a. So for personal trainers, you need to have like liability insurance. So I also need to get that too. But luckily,
Yeah, I have liability insurance.
yeah, luckily there's a place that NASM like recommended. Like they don't offer liability insurance, but they recommended this one place, and it's like I think you pay $1 like a month. Like
Oh
$1 or
god,
$5.
okay. I'm sharing
really
this
cheap.
because if I had to see it, you guys have to see it.
I want to see it. Oh my gosh.
What even?
That's frightening and yet really cool at the same time.
Right?
They look almost real too, as weird as it sounds.
Furbies are already alive. I had some Furbies, and I remember, like, before we moved, and I cleaned out and threw a lot of stuff away. Like, it had, like, that thing was over 10 years old, and it still, like, was alive when I was cleaning out my closet. I'm like, how?
I think I still have a couple in my basement, along with this like Furby board game that I used to love playing.
My grandma had a couple Furbies and she loved them. I don't know if anybody found them when they were cleaning out her house, but she loved her Furbies.
I think they even have some from like when McDonald's was like giving out like little tiny ones.
That's so terrifying. Looking forward to eating my sushi after we get off.
That's what I'm probably going to have for lunch on Monday, because the sushi place I like to go to is near where I get my blood drawn.
Okay.
Shannon!
Hello.
My sweet ray so sweet.
But yeah, I think it's funny that I only know like 2 people who are working at the Chick-fil-A still. After I've left.
I don't know why
Everybody else-
Gavin is still there.
He's waiting it out until he graduates, and then he's gonna get another job.
That's fair. At least it's a hell he's comfortable with, you know?
Each their own. He's just worried about finding another job down there that would work with his school schedule.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And he graduates like next year, so he's
That's
just
awesome.
trying to get the fuck out of there so he can leave Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I get that. Like, you know, at least it's a hell you're comfortable and familiar with. Like,
And he moved out of his mom's house this year too.
oh,
so-
did he finally?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Apparently
Even though
he's living with a bunch of girls now, and his mom was so mad. when
Oh,
she
I'm
found
sure.
out about that.
What's funny? What
Because
Smiles
apparently
was so
she thought-
funny about her friend Gavin. Like, I was in nursing school with his mom. Like, me and his mom were in nursing school together, and we didn't realize this until several years after the fact. But because I remember his mom was like gushing about her sons to me. Like, not that we're like, he's several years younger, but like I remember her like showing me pictures of them
Gavin
for
turned 22
Halloween,
yesterday.
and like
He's a
it's just
baby.
so funny.
Oh.
Like I want to say it was the year we went kayaking for the first time at the beach. Shannon's mom had tagged me in some of the pictures, and she like commented on it or liked it or something, and Shannon's like, "That's Gavin's mom." We're like, "Wait,
Yeah,
what?"
because I recognized her last name, and I was like, hold up.
It was really funny.
Because I remember Kaylee telling me this hot mess story about this girl
I will
that she
protect
went to,
the innocent.
this woman she went to school with or whatever, whose husband was like cheating on her, like this wild story. It was Gavin's mom.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now I went to work, like, after we figured that out, I was like, I know more about your private life than I thought I did. Because he never talked about his dad or that whole situation. Like, he talked about his dad, but he talked about his dad like he's gonna die in the next 2 days. Because apparently his dad has a lot of health problems. Because he doesn't take care of himself. So...
It would be a small world sometimes.
Yeah, right. We were like, "Wow, this is weird."
Yeah, like, I know... I had this
Why do
one...
I hear a guitar playing in the background? Like,
It's because I'm
I had
Farah.
this one, science professor that,
what are you doing as Farah? Like,
Her dance emo is a guitar. Her playing guitar.
oh, I was like, why do I hear a guitar playing? I was confused.
And they finally fixed it so she's not like going so like completely slow.
Yeah, now that I pay attention to it, I just hear guitar, hear screaming and explosions. But yeah, I had this science professor at these like various homeschool groups that I was like a part of, and he actually knew my dad. Like he knew my stepdad and his family, but he also knew my actual dad too.
Oh wow.
It's just so weird. Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, I remember your dad. He would always take care of me and my daughter, because his daughter has, I think, Down syndrome, and my dad actually, I think he did a job where he like took care of kids like that."
Aww.
And so he'd always just make sure that she was like taken care of and everything.
That's so wholesome.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Like, special need kids are just so precious.
They are.
Like, as much as like my family drives me crazy, like I love my nephew to death. Like, he's such a gentle little spirit, you know. Like, he's so sweet.
5,
what drives me crazy is my mom forcing me to spend time or pay attention to him. Like, because I'll be in my own little world, and she's like, he wants you to wave at him, or you need to sit next to him. Like, that sort of stuff drives me kind of crazy.
But she treats him like he's her child.
Like, it's my responsibility to take care of him, sort of thing. Like, I don't mind helping when, like when mom has her procedure or something and she needs me to pick him up or whatever. Like, I don't mind that. Like, that's fair. But, like, act like it's my duty or my responsibility to, no. Or when I'll be off work, she's like, do you want to pick him up from work? And I'm like, I'm about to take a nap. Because, like, the time he gets off
I get
school
clapped
is
again.
my usual nap time.
Let's get this done.
But he is so excited about Christmas, and it's so cute.
Oh.
Like, I guess this is the first year he's ever, like, talked about Santa. And I guess it's because, you know, he's in in school right now, and so the other kids are talking about Santa, but this is his first time I've ever actually, like, talking about Santa.
Maximum power.
Oh,
So it's cute. It's really cute. And he's,
You wanna
every
make her
day
still
when
at
he
top?
gets home from school, we have to turn the Christmas tree on. Mom finally decorated it. I guess she got tired. I wouldn't help her. I kept telling every time she's like, "You want to help me?" I'm like, "No." She finally decorated it today, apparently.
I have big plans for you.
Your mom can suck my massive dick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that on that.
Widowmaker's back up top. She fell down.
Yeah, hopefully she'll get out of that house here soon.
I really hope so, but
Like I said, you need to make a hard deadline. And like actually follow up with it.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, with some of the stuff that's happened this year, it's like, it's understandable to have her stay just a little bit more.
Yeah, I've tried to be lenient this year because, like, every time I'm, like, trying to put a hard deadline, something crazy happens, and I'm like, well, I can't, you know, right now. Like, with my grandma dying, like, I wasn't gonna just take her out with doing that.
But if you keep
I know
doing
she's...
that, and then it's just gonna be an ongoing cycle.
There's work to be done.
Because she's an old bitch who doesn't take care of herself, so that shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, like, once, like, probably the new year, definitely get, like, a hard deadline set.
Well, my intention is I'm gonna try to write a letter and give it to her before the weekend's over, just because that seems to be the only way to, like, get, because, like, trying to get her and Tristan together is not working very well. Like, he gets home late, and when he gets home, Tobias demands his attention, so I can't talk to them together when during the week when Tristan's working, and then on the weekends he's been going out. He's got some girl he's been talking to, hanging out with from his job, so he's been spending a lot of weekends going off with her, and so, like, when he has, or he's working the weekends, because Seth has been making him work extra and then not really paying him for it, you know, the usual bullcrap. So it's like, I don't really, like, see them both, so I think I'm just gonna have to write a letter and...
Yeah, because if it's not working out getting them together.
Nobody's, like, listens to me ever when I talk.
Yeah, you have to go like for that minimum your mother too, so...
Yeah.
Because even though a lot of shit happens, it's still regular
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure the government restrictions haven't let people, you know, get kicked out like right now, so I don't know.
Oh, that D.Va is not ulted by the way.
You also might want to like remind her that too, like a regular handler wouldn't.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll patch you up.
I mean, like if I was in your position with all that's like happened, I honestly would be kind of lenient to them too.
Mhm. You're soft like me.
To be honest, I
My
am.
dad was like, he flat out told me, he was like, if I ever do stuff either just let me die or put me in a nursing home.
I'm kind of only soft unless I like can tell that I'm being like taken advantage. I'll just chill with them for the day.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really care, but they kind of even try to fire at will because we are strong. So it's like, it bothers me a lot.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Actually, now that I think about it, I think when I was talking to the one dude that I like bought lunch for and everything, he was like, "Yeah, you're like massive," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I am." And I think there was one guy that was like yelling at me, but I really did not even notice.
People will never ask me for money, but they will always make a beeline to Kaylee and ask her
Always.
for
I have
money.
sucker written on my forehead.
Oh.
And then I have to go, look at Shannon. Because if I answer, I'm gonna give in and give them something. And I have plenty of times. Shannon's like, stop giving money to people. I'm like, well, I had some.
I just, like, some of the times, like, the way they come off to me sometimes is that they will, like, we legit had somebody basically say he was going to stalk us until we gave him money.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I basically told him if he doesn't let up, I'm going to call the cops. And I think that's when we finally got him to go away.
Yeah, that was the one that cornered us at Sweet Hut.
Yeah.
Or cornered. He came at me when you walked away. I think you went to the bathroom or something. Yeah. And like I didn't have any cash. Like if I was gonna give him a little bit of money and help him out, but he wanted me to go to the cash register and get, you know, like cash back, which I was gonna do, but they wouldn't let me. And so then he demanded that I go up to the store up the road and go to the ATM and get money out. I'm like, I don't know about that. My thought is following me and stealing my money, you know.
Demanded.
Yeah, that does.
No.
Yeah, he started making demands.
By the time I got out from the bathroom, I was drunk, by the way, but I completely sobered up because every alarm in my head was going off when this guy was talking. Because he was like, well, if you don't want to give me money, that's fine, but I'm gonna take her and go to the ATM. I said, oh no, you're not. She's not going anywhere without me. And he was like, well, I don't know what kind of person you think I am. Because he was
like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not gonna do anything.
He was a black guy, but he kept being like, I'm gay and all this shit, and I'm not gonna hurt her and all this stuff. And I said, yeah, but I'm not gonna let her run off with a random guy that is trying to make her give him money. Like, don't you understand what that looks like? He was like, but I'm not gonna hurt her. I said, I don't know that.
They finally stormed off, but like we stayed in there for like an extra hour just to make sure he was really gone.
Yeah, just hearing that like raises so many alarm bells. Because I know the one dude that I was with, he just was like so chill and everything. He was like completely different.
Like, I don't mind helping, but like the when he started making demands and like trying to make me leave the store with him, I was like, no.
Build 'em up.
Demands? That's...
Yeah.
He started demanding. He was like, well, she said. I was like, I don't care what she said. I said, I'm driving her. She's with me tonight. So I don't really care what she said to you. I'm not gonna go. If you want to stay right here in this store, I will go to the ATM with her. He was like, well, what's my proof that you're just not gonna walk away? I said, well, that you're just gonna have to trust us. He was like, well, I don't trust you, and I said, well, I don't trust you either.
Yeah, he was really pushy.
If you're not gonna play it by my rules, then Kaylee's not gonna give you any money. He didn't like that. He didn't like that. He did not
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
really sketchy.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that guy.
For the monkey.
Just for the sound of it.
And it was so
Especially
funny
if he's demanding.
He kept emphasizing, I'm gay, so I'm not gonna rape her or do anything bad to her or anything bad on the street. But
There's a soldier,
I'm not
by the
gonna
way.
do
He's
anything
chasing.
bad to her. I was like, bruh, I don't care who you think you are.
It doesn't automatically make you a good person. And he's like, well, because he had this bag, he's like, well, I don't have a weapon or gun or anything. And we're like, how do we know that?
There's some places you can stick with weapons. It's not comfortable, but...
Yeah, it was really sketchy. Like,
Well,
we were like...
he was at least 6 foot tall, so we're 5'2", and he's 6 foot tall. And like, it would have been, even without a weapon, it would have been really out if you really wanted to. So that's why I was like, if you really want the money, then we'll go separately. You can just go up here. But he didn't want to do that because he didn't think he was that. And I said, well, it's my way or the highway. And he chose the highway. So
Good.
I was like, good, because I was gonna walk away anyway, because if he was gonna start making demands like that, I wasn't gonna let Kaylee give him any money anyway.
I think
really
the guy that I like hung out with, I just kind of bought him like lunch and also just gave him just a little extra money, and that's kind of it.
But did he come at you asking for it? Probably doesn't sound like it.
Nah, he actually came up to me asking if I knew the like Frela Jaka song.
Well, it would have been one thing if he was like, I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy, he didn't really make any demands either to me. He just like asked, and I'm like, sure, we'll get you some food.
Yeah. Because even if somebody came up to me and asked me, hey, I'm low on cash, I'm really hungry, do you mind if I, pay for you? And I'm like, yeah, that's...
What just
I
happened?
would tell him that'd be fine. But...
Oh my god. Okay.
Like, I know, nowadays I'm kind of like wary about giving, people money just because, well, I am like in the Cincinnati area, so that's like the #1 like opioid area in America. So I'm more wary about that.
Repositioned somewhere.
Yeah, this guy gave us this sob story about how his boyfriend kicked him out and had no money. I was like, I don't really care about that. I was on board until you started making demands, and that's
But yeah, like getting somebody something to eat, that's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
everybody needs
and sometimes I'll pay for like the people behind me, even unprompted, like just if I'm like I want to pay for their food. Like sometimes I do that, like it's different. I don't know. Like,
because like
where's Reaper?
Kaylee gave money to another guy who was like, he told us this whole story. I don't know if it was true or not about how he lost his house due to
They're going up top. Someone's going up top.
his business went bankrupt and everything. Kaylee just happened to have some cash, so she paid it to him. And like, I was still on alert, but he was a lot more chill.
Yeah, he wasn't like making demands.
Anything he could give me would help. So Kaylee gave him a few, a couple of dollars or whatever, and I was fine with that. But then like the next person who walked up to us the same day, they walked up to us and was like, "Hey, you got some money?" I was like, "No." I just kept walking, like...
Yeah, he gave me worse vibes, so I just let you handle that one.
I was like...
Огонь по готовности!
Hey, you got some money? No, we don't. We don't have any cash, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I did when I was in school and at Georgia State, is simply tell them you don't have any. You typically tell them that you don't have anything, but
yeah, Kaylee's a sucker, especially when they have those long drawn-out stories. Which is why she had that other guy, the second guy, who just kind of came up on us and he was hanging out with some other two people behind them. I was like, no, we don't have any cash. Come on, Kaylee, so.
This is why I have to let Shannon put on her resting bitch face and tell them no, because if I get sucked in, then I'm like, oh, I want to do something.
Oh.
Because I have sucker written on my forehead. So they always come to me because apparently...
Because I look like a fucking bitch. And I don't make eye contact. You make eye contact every single time.
I don't mean to.
And you're cute and small, so...
And this last time, we even had masks on, so... well, did we have the mask on at that point? I don't remember, because we were outside.
Walking down the street.
Yeah.
someone destroyed my stuff up there.
At least it's a little bit easier to not get sucked by people because of COVID, because we have masks on.
Oh, they got me.
I think I made friends with that Winston. Okay, never mind, friendship's over, he attacked me.
Yeah, you meet some characters when you're walking around with us.
I'm gonna be like a giant beacon for them then, because I run into some weird people around here occasionally. And it's like they just come to me, and it's like, okay, I guess I could just sit here and listen to you, I got nothing better to do. Like, there's this one guy at this one restaurant me and my parents were at, like, I don't even know who he was. He just came up to our table and was like, hey, let me talk to you about the stock market. And so he was like, you know, tomorrow I could buy out whatever company you're working at, and you'd be left with nothing, so you gotta invest. And then he just started going off about the recession in 2008, and I'm just sitting there like, why is this happening to me today? I just wanted to eat my food.
Yeah, Kaylee will have these random people talk to her, and I'll like completely tune out, like in the middle of a conversation, and like dissociate into the next dimension. Like, people don't talk to me.
Resting bitch face.
And it's not even that I'm mad at anybody, like, I just go off in my own little world, and my face is like, I'm not dealing with you. Don't talk to me. Because that happens at cons, too.
Oh god, yeah, I've had some characters.
Some characters will talk to Kaylee and... Like,
never forget.
Cassie, they'll talk to Cassie, they'll talk to Kelly, but like, they will not talk to me because I look completely disinterested.
What's crazy is, randos would talk to me, but like when we were with like our other friends that we now don't associate with, like their friends would ignore the shit out of me and Shannon. But it's like I just like I was like okay, like nobody would ever like if we were meeting our other friends and with their friends, I would just be completely ignored. But like randos like love talking to me for some reason. I don't know why. But my mom has that problem too. I distinctly remember when we used to go to Dragon Con and my mom would take us, and she was still part of the Lord of the Rings group that she was in.
Oh, she would get sucked into the weirdest conversation.
I remember this guy talking to her about female dwarf wrestling. I have no idea how it came up, how it got on the talk, but I distinctly remember him having a deep conversation with my mom about female dwarf wrestling, and my mom's just like, like. It's like, what the heck?
You go to an anime convention and you meet some characters, but then you go to Dragon Con and every person you meet is a character. Like, they are weird as hell at Dragon Con. Which is part of the reason why I don't go, because a lot of guys are creeps.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of times Dragon Con will fall on the same weekend as like the kickoff college bowls down here, and like
traveling to the
it's a known thing that like the creeps from the football games will come and harass like women at Dragon Con.
Yeah. Well, there was one year that there were football people playing like in the hotels, and they threw a TV out the window. Wasn't it a football person that threw the chair out the window that hit the lady in the head?
I don't remember if that was a football person or a Dragon Con
My business?
I don't know, but like the only reason the woman didn't die is because she had Loki horns on, and that like prevented her from getting the blunt of the hit. But she would, if otherwise, the chair hitting her in the head would have killed her.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just happened to be
That Zen was pushing you and me.
I know the only so the only time I ever had anybody like weird come up to me that was actually like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of life changing for me. This one time. It's kind of a story, so strap yourselves in.
Oh no.
So I was sitting at this restaurant called Frisch's, and I ordered a big meal, and there's this lady who was like at the table next to me, and after she was done eating, she came over to my table and asked me like if she could sit there, and I said sure, because I mean I had nothing else to do but wait for my food.
Oh, Kaylee, you didn't have to follow me. Oh, everyone's dead. Never mind.
Everybody else was dying. Like everybody's bodies fell, and I was just like, ah.
So then she sat down, and this was the weirdest thing. So when she sat down, it was like everything around me felt like it was inside a dream. Like everything kind of like went dim on me, and it just felt so dreamlike. And she started talking, and she said that God told her that things in my life would be changing, and that when she thinks of me, she sees a lion. And then she asked if I understood, and I said yes. And then, as soon as she left the table, it was like reality came back to normal. And then, a month or 2 months later is when I was diagnosed the first time.
Oh, that's weird.
You met something supernatural that day.
I'm pretty sure I met something that day. Because it was just, like, wild at the time.
That is really weird. Piggybacking back on, like, creep. The last time me and Kaylee, when me and Kaylee made it away alone, like, not this past, like,
You get me riled up.
not
the year with
2019.
with Adam and Ella. 2018.
Yeah, but like the year before we commuted because none of our friends were going that year, and so I live about 30-45 minutes from that con, and we were like, we'll just two of us, and we're just gonna
Your visor activated.
neither one of us could afford kind of hotel room.
Heroes never die.
So,
And those hotel rooms are expensive.
yeah. I mean, they're not that bad, like, in comparison to, like, other cons, but still more than we wanted to do that year, because of everything going on. But, and then, so we were Saturday night, so it's a big drinking night and everything. So, you know, we get stopped by these two guys who are hardcore flirting with us. And we're dressed as nominating Kyrie, by the way.
Everyone,
So you know, we're gonna get creeps when we're dressed as two girls from Kingdom Hearts. So, you know, we're just vibing, and you know, these two were actually they kept offering because they were two friends who were hanging out with us. And one of them obviously liked Kaylee, and one of them obviously liked me. And we kind of humored them for a while, and they kept offering guys. I don't accept drinks from people I don't know, and they even offered to, you know, give us money and get drinks. And I was like, no, I don't want nobody coming out of here thinking that we're doing anything we don't want to do.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Because I don't trust men as far as I can throw them. So anyway, we finally shake off these guys. We lie to them. So we start getting into after a while because they're obviously awkward nerds anyway. So we finally shake them off. We say we had to go somewhere. We went outside because, and me and Kaylee are still kind of drinking, and this other guy approaches us, and he starts like flagrantly flirting with us.
Oh, is this the guy I ran into last?
Yeah, this was the guy that was in the shuttle.
Yeah, and he flagrantly starts flirting with us, and then he looks at me and Kaylee and he goes, "Oh, I can beat you up right now." And I went, "No." I said, "Kaylee, we're going home."
Yeah, we left after that.
Yeah, and because he was obviously on something.
Much better.
Yeah, I think he took our picture too, or something. Like it was.
Yeah, he forced us to add him on Instagram.
No, you did. I didn't. I don't think I did.
He forced one of us to add him on Instagram.
Or did he give us a card and you looked him up because you were like, I'm just curious?
No, he took my phone and forced me to add him on Instagram.
Somehow I don't think I had him. So.
I think you lied to him and told him you would get his username from my phone.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, he was like, yeah, I need you two up right now.
I owe you one.
And I was like, Kaylee, it is that time of night. I want to go home. So we sobered up and went home.
I don't blame you. I probably would have done the same.
We were just like, okay.
And then he was in the shuttle with us last year with Ella and everything. And I think there was this long silence. And he was asking, what did he ask? Like, do you guys like Cards Against Humanity or some shit like that? Like, he didn't recognize it. But he was just like generally asking people in the shuttle, do you guys like Cards Against Humanity? Because we have a whole big group playing or whatever. And me and Kaylee are like dying and like grabbing each other. Like,
yeah, because we're like, oh my god!
It's that bitch. And then like, Ella's like kind of giving us a look because we're like punching each other, and she's sitting next to us. and we get out of the van and we look at Ella and we're like, that's that guy who told us he would eat us up, eat us out.
Soldier's behind.
A chance. And she was like,
no. So AWA last year was really fun though.
Elevated. Elevated anyway, general.
There's McCree like right there. He's gonna shoot us.
I really can't wait to go back to the convention.
I didn't have a bad time the year we did, but
yeah,
it was a lot of me and Kaylee just like falling asleep in random public places, like taking crazy taking naps because we didn't have any colors of fashion and we're old ladies.
Aww.
Basically, yeah.
That's cute.
We walk around a little while and then our phones are going dead and then we find an outlet to go sit next to and then one of us would take a brief nap while the other stays awake for free.
Did Bob do anything?
He tried.
Aww.
He gave me some energy though.
Let them up.
Yeah, I haven't been to a convention in like, 10 years.
Hi Bia, how you doing?
Last one I think I went to was ASIN in Chicago.
Oh, good. I heard Asians and stuff on.
It's pretty neat. Well, at least it was 10 years ago. I'm sure it's changed a lot since then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it earlier,
Smile
like,
Shannon.
I miss cons, but it's just, I wouldn't want to go back to a con with the way things are right now.
Yeah.
It's Smiles, Kat, and Shannon right now. You missed Lonnie, Kelly, and Adam earlier.
Don't know how to.
Well, I mean, we always end up getting sick after a con anyway, so if we get sick from colds and whatever after a con, we don't get sick. So,
remember, we actually went to a con during the last pandemic. Swine flu?
Yeah, well, I had already had it so I already had the swine flu.
Oh, no, Lonnie's gone. They left earlier, so that's Kat's talking.
That was not in plan.
Yeah, the one who doesn't shut up is Kaylee.
Yep, me. That's me. Yeah, I had swine flu though, and I was sick for 2 days, and my mom treated me like crap, and she's like, "You're not sick. You can still get up and do things." And I felt so bad, but I laid in bed for 2 days, and she gave me so much crap about it, and she got sick and was sick for a month. So, let's begin.
I remember that because she was sick at AWA.
Yeah, she's always sick when I go to AWA for some reason. Every time. That just became a thing. She's always sick when I go to AWA.
Darn it, I almost had Bob too. Yeah. Or Kaylee, yeah. Kat's name is Kaylee.
Nothing wrong with a little
I know it's Bob. Because some of you guys know me in real life, so you don't get caught between calling me both.
I mostly do, I'd say like through voice chat I'd say typically Kaylee, and then in
well, Kaylee is hard
chat.
to spell, so I don't expect anybody to call me Kaylee in chat.
Yeah, I don't even know how to start with typing your full name.
Yeah, it's not normal. It's not normal at all. Like, it would be nice if it was K-A-Y-L-E-E. That's easy. Mine's not easy.
Hey, I had folks, like, you'd be surprised of the different ways people have misspelled or said my first name.
Yeah, one of my coworkers...
I understand why, because you spelled it out for me, and then, like, I sounded it out in my head, and then you pronounced it in real life, and it It was the same pronunciation.
Yeah,
Nobody
Yeah, like
says,
it,
but
it
like when
makes
I go
sense
to
to
doctor's
me.
offices, I get called Kalia all the time. Like, how is it Kalia?
A lot of people call me Sharon, even if they read my name written out.
like I would understand if like they accidentally mistaken the I as an L, because normally my name is spelled with two L's and not an L and an I. But like the weirdest one is I got someone spelled my name with an F, a P, and an H. That was weird. Two F's. Sometimes they leave out the A. Sometimes they leave out the E. It and then saying it.
I guess I'm just used to it because it's Kaylee, so
It's so.
your name.
Oh, I didn't realize it was
100%.
Like
it's
some
my late cousin's birthday is today. He would have been 44.
Aww.
Like some names, like when I'm looking down at the grids at work and stuff, I'm like, please tell me if I say your name wrong. Like, because there are some that are just like wild, but I don't know how people say your name wrong.
And like
Yeah, we got a new girl at work and she's from Puerto Rico and her name is Solimar, but she goes by Sol. And you know I've been trying to be like really helpful to her because she's having a lot of issues with like getting her schedule around her, you know, because she's got a husband and other jobs and a daughter, so trying to like make sure her schedule works for her. And so I was like finally like last night I'm like, do you want my phone number? Just like if you have like questions or need help, just like text me or call me, like that's fine. And so she tried to type my name and she's like, I think I spelled it wrong. I'm like, you did, it's okay though. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's fine. But like I've been there at this job for over 5 years and Yana can still not spell my name wrong, right? But she calls me Callie. But Yana's from Czech Republic, so I like she ain't gonna say. I'm like I accepted a long time ago. She's never gonna spell my name right or say my name right. But she calls me Callie.
Hello.
And it's so funny because like the newer nurses always laugh so hard. They're like, she says your name wrong. I'm like, I know, I don't care. They're like, I tried to get her to say it right, and they're like, Yana, it's Kaylee, and she would say Kaylee, but then when she goes to say my name again, it's wrong. I'm like, it's whatever.
I remember when me and Kaylee became friends.
I got your name because your name's Overwatch. Smiles and smiles. Like, yeah.
She was like, oh my god, you're like my first friend who's ever spelled my name right.
Aww.
People always, like I said, some of my family members, like, especially my dad's side, because, you know, they're the awful side, they would send me birthday cards and stuff and my name would be spelled wrong. And I'm like, really? Like, you're literally my family. And like, it's just like kind of, but my dad's side was awful and petty anyway, so like, my dad's mom didn't see me as her grandchild and would, like, because my mom's name before she married my dad, her last name was Patrick, and she would sign, like, Christmas cards to me with the last name Patrick. But, like, she would put my name down as Kaylee Patrick. I'm like, I am not a Patrick. So, she basically didn't acknowledge that I was her grandchild.
Ugh.
Yeah, so, fun times. Gotta love my dad's side of the family. Gotta love it.
Greetings.
So I don't really talk to any of them except for my brother Chris because he's awesome. But he also took his wife's name when he got married, so he got rid of he doesn't even have the last name with me anymore. And I don't fault him for that at all because I also want to scrub that side of my family way too.
Yeah, whenever she says that in front of some of our friends in real life, they're always like, oh, so when are you and Kayla gonna get married so she can take your last name? I'm like, hold on! I have
We're not ready for marriage yet, it's okay!
I have commitment issues.
I mean, big mood!
Yeah. like every time we see one of our mutual in real life friends, she's always like, so when are you guys gonna move in together? When are you guys gonna get married? I'm like, hold on. Hold on.
I will
Yeah,
follow my
but one of my coworkers at work is like, so when are you gonna propose? I'm like, excuse me?
I move at the speed of a glacier when it comes to relationships. And that's
honestly,
just even
I'm
friendships.
like 100% cool with that, cause like same. Like, I mean, I've been screwed up by so many people, family and like relationship wise. So you know, I no.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I
Cause
don't
that
really
was one
have.
of my issues with the guy that I dated back when I was in high school. Is like he wanted to move fast. He wanted me to commit and make all these promises and wanted to get engaged and get married. And I'm like, hold on. Like I haven't even gotten through college. Like, calm down, please. And that was like a really big issue. I mean, I know there was a lot more to that, but. Like,
Yeah.
no, I also move at a snail's pace, so, you know. I still can't believe it's been a year. Like,
Let's get you back in the
Yeah, like I don't have much experience with that, but I mean, I think it's just best to take your time.
and I mean, I know there are some people that get into relationships and they're like, okay, I want to get married now. I'm like, that's fine if that's you, but that is not me.
Oops.
Yeah, right. Like, Adam and Phoebe, like, moving in after knowing each other for, I think it was less than a year. Like, I don't care, like, yeah, you guys think that that's gonna be the thing that works for y'all, and y'all are cool with that, that's fine. But, like, I am okay. I am my little dog. And not having to shove Kaylee off the bed every night because she's shoving me off the bed every night. I love you.
Oh, I saw a
but...
TikTok this morning. I'm at this Disney Shannon, and it was a guy, and he was like reenacting every night where he has to get into bed where his wife and cat are in the bed, and his wife is like me and sprawled across the bed, and then his cat, he's like, my cat takes up, he's like, the love of my life is over here doing this, and then he's like, the other love of my life is like this, and they're like, Daddy, come get in bed, and he's like, where? And I was like, this is Shannon when I'm over. I meant to send it to you, but I like was in like this weird time-space continuum where my brain wasn't functioning this morning.
Manny is not a big dog, but somehow he takes up an entire half of my bed.
I'm kind of wondering that too, because like I could tell from the pictures that he's like pretty, like I'd say he's around the size of Bosco, but I mean thinner.
But
like, or in that size.
So when Kaylee comes over, he kind of like exiles himself to the foot of the bed. But that means I don't have a foot of the bed. And then
Yeah, the last time
Kaylee takes up 3/4 of the bed. So I have
the problem
of
is
my own damn bed.
the problem is like if Shannon like laid more towards the middle of the bed, we'd be fine because what happens is she wedges. She gets on the side of the bed, and then I want to snuggle, so I scoot over to her. So by the time, like, the night progresses, like, she's, like, wedged on the edge, but it's because she started out on the edge, like, with some space. But if she, like, started in the middle, it would be fine.
That is fake news.
That is not fake news. It's not fake news at all.
Not sure who to believe.
Well, Kaylee didn't push me away when we were in the hotel.
But Kaylee did not cling to you like she was trying to meld into your very being.
True.
Cause like I would shift somewhat and then she'll like move closer and I'm like, I look down at the carpet and I'm like, I'm in danger.
I am a wild sleeper though, like I tend to toss and turn really bad.
The only time I haven't had this problem with her is when we were in Gatlinburg, but it was a queen fucking size bed. So And I didn't have a dog in the bed. But between Manny, because Manny will also push me off the bed in a heartbeat, even when it's just him. I guess I just instinctively try to make room for the other person in my bed who's trying to be really close to me, but that usually ends up in me almost falling off the bed myself.
Again, if we started more towards the middle, we'd be fine.
I started towards the middle before, and you still shoved me off the bed.
No, you
Yes, I do.
No. Lies.
Kiss my ass.
I'm trying to think how I sleep. I guess I just kind of sleep.
Be still. I had to shift. And I'm like, I was really comfortable and I was almost asleep, and then all of a sudden my body's like, nope, you gotta move. And I'm like, daggum it. It's like really comfortable too. So some of it's like I can't stop moving, like my brain doesn't want to calm down enough that I'm like, can't be still for a few minutes to like relax and go to sleep. The way Overwatch put me on Brig because it knew that's what I was gonna pick. Because I always pick Brig at these.
Yeah, now for the past couple of months, it's like, when I'd wake up, sometimes my body's like, okay, we gotta get up now. And it's like, but I want to nap for a little bit more. It's like, no, we gotta go.
That was me, like, yesterday.
I don't think we'll be taking a family vacation here anytime soon. I might have a breakdown.
The past 2 nights it's been rough, but that's because I've had NyQuil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the only reason... Sorry.
Yeah, 'cause you have to change his meds, right?
Yeah.
Round 1. Capture.
Is it a new med, or is it just you got some back tested on it?
They upped it, so it's 90 milligrams now instead of 30.
Oh, yeah, your body's gonna need to take a while to adjust to that. It's been a while.
Yeah. So no, yeah, so the only thing was I did take it for 3 weeks, but they were like, yeah, we're gonna up it. So
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
More than double. At least you didn't have to work.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I've been working while I've been sick, but at least I didn't have to work this. Yeah, at least I wasn't working weekends anymore. Cause I don't know how I would have like done it.
Are you not working Saturday and Sundays now?
Not at the moment. Cause I was telling Smiles last night. So we had our meeting yesterday. We had the last hire for our team with the wrecking ball, and they're like, so like we can't do anything until this. There won't be any new hires until the budget is like decided, and they could end up like firing us too, but it all depends. Yeah, but they'll give us like 2 weeks before that.
I hope not.
Yeah. But the thing is like there's still like thousands upon thousands of files to get done with. Like,
yeah, because I remember you saying that you had like a certain amount to do.
Yeah.
Like the end of the year or something.
Yeah, like the queue still says we got like 2 million.
Yikes.
Yeah.
The system that you use, it just sounds like it just gives you work when it feels like it.
Yeah, because it wasn't built by the government, and I really shouldn't be saying that, but it wasn't built by the government. It was built by Salesforce, which is a private entity.
I would like some healing, Anna. I'm a little low.
I'm not sure what Anna's trying to do, but she's
I don't
doing
know,
it.
but
Go Bob!
Sitting there with 50 HP, and I'm like, I don't want to go barreling back in with only 50 HP. I mean, I have gold healing, so I
Sentry turret placed.
A pimped out Bob.
Yeah, I killed Bob. He's dead.
Oh, they're dead.
This ball's almost dead. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really fucking sleepy, and I don't know if it's my changing meds or like my proximity to my period or like what. How did she get that off? I moved her. Anyway.
Triple kill. Just as expected.
I don't
getting
know,
like
'cause I am not
First round.
like I'm not good at waking up in the mornings because I'll hit my snooze.
Yahi
until
parambasta
whatever,
victa.
but I've
Wait,
been screwed my alarm clock lately.
when the last time when I was at Shannon's house, her alarm clock went off for the first time at 8 o'clock. She didn't get up till 10.
Wow.
And it woke me up because I didn't sleep really good. 'Cause sometimes that happens when I drink, is I end up like with a little bit of insomnia, and I couldn't sleep, and so when it went off at 8, I was wide awake, and she didn't get up until then. Like I tried to go and go back to sleep, and I could not. And she's just
That's all
snoozing
it's
away,
doing
and I'm
is
like,
waking
I want to be snoozing.
1. Round 2.
Yeah, plus I mean it is winter too. And
Yeah,
like,
that too. I sleep like a frog this time of year.
yeah, like the only reason.
Yeah, it was kind of weird waking up to it being dark outside. I was like, oh. Oh
Yeah, I
man,
feel
I
like-
almost had the rat over.
I feel like my sleepiness, like my midday sleepiness is just from
Whoa, wait, why is it to the whip
getting
shot with
darker
me?
quickly.
Why did you give you credit?
Because I know I was like,
That's my symbol too.
right. I was just microwaving.
I mean, that was
Did
weird.
a Lucio like
Different damage?
Yeah, but it showed the icon was a brig, like the
whip?
unless like I hit them in the air and then you killed them while they like.
But then it should have showed you with the assist though.
No, that's weird. I don't know. Oh well, we did it teamwork.
Addict 101, Noctis, is that you?
Hello. Turret in place.
Oh jeez.
Now that I got.
I was trying to come around and get me heal. Yeah, well, sorry.
It's fine. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
They ran straight into that too. Holy shit, I'm gonna save that.
I just saw them. They just
Ball.
were walking right to
They
it.
just ran straight into my ult.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's a wrecking ball. He's coming.
Sentry turret placed. Yahi parambasta victa.
No big bop's not where I can knock him off.
Oh, I have a shield. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was gonna try to knock him in.
The McCree has Deadeye.
I will follow my path.
And he's dead.
My turrets are doing work even though I'm not.
That wrecking ball is just kind of swinging.
Yeah,
I
he's
finally
just
got
letting
back
him.
up.
Namaste. Fire at will. Turret online.
Nice. Oh jeez, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Last match.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking too. We probably need to get off.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm getting
bitch.
kind of tired. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sleep bloody, but I'm not tired, but I need to.
No, watch
Wow.
They all go
Oh yeah.
both of the yeehaws walk straight into it.
They heed their last call.
They really didn't either last
Sleep while
time.
ulting again. I still don't know how I did that, how I pulled off a Valkyrie while I was half asleep. Where I was
Yeah,
actually
that was so
asleep.
funny.
And I kept feeling alive
So
too.
you
I think I
fell
read
asleep?
someone. Yes, I think I even read someone.
Oh my god, Ella.
And then I
Yeah,
snapped
it was,
out of it and I was like, whoa, did I just...
yeah, it was hilarious. Ella was just like apparently asleep, and I'm like, oh, Ella's probably just concentrating because Ella was just so quiet. Then I just hear, oh, I just fell asleep. And I'm just like, Ella, are you okay?
Amazing.
I tried. Alright, that was a good one, guys.
Okay, well, that was fun.
That was.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya. But yeah, the stream was a little longer actually. I had to restart because my internet went out. So let's find someone to play. Oh, we'll go ahead and just we'll go ahead and raid this dude here. But yeah. Yeah, so it shows us an hour and 33 minutes, but I actually get streamed earlier with Adam, Lonnie, Kelly, and so yeah. So thank you. So we're going to raid someone who's playing Among Us. You guys have... I'll see you guys later on today, actually, for me. I'm glad you had fun.